I've always felt middle management, the middle management layer, I've always felt it's the backbone of most organizations. They translate strategy into action, and they act like the bridge between the senior leadership's vision and expectations and goals to the frontline execution. I think it's really one of the most challenging areas of most business, and very often the most overlooked. This is the middle manager dilemma. There's expectations to lead, expectations to manage, expectations to execute on time, on budget, on quality. Very often without the right support, without the right tooling. There's pressure from all sides, from the shareholders, from the senior stakeholders, from the customer, and from their team. And they have to balance the leadership directives with the actual reality at the front line, what's actually going on. Very often, the middle manager will be impacted and influenced by power struggles within the organization, empire building. You've got resistance to change. They have to navigate conflicting priorities. There's going to be priorities in different departments, their own internal challenges, but also those of the team. They have to navigate burnout and disengagement. And these are things that tend to happen when there is just that continuous high expectation with little investment and little release valve. When do the middle managers get to vent, express themselves, or learn how to deal with challenging times? I think we do need to rethink middle management development. Traditional management skills, such as delegation and task coordination, still very crucial, but it's only part of the equation. There's so much more that managers need to develop. Things like being able to drive the change. And driving change is crucial for middle managers. They play such a critical role in making change happen. They have to translate the vision, the executive vision, the project program goals, the business goals, into something real, and then guide their teams through the actual transformation. And if you think about a new policy that's been implemented or introduced, such as, hybrid work policy, this comes from the top, comes from the leadership, comes from HR. They announce it. You are always going to have employees who are uncertain, who are resistant, or who are disengaged. So who do you think makes that policy succeed? It's the middle managers, because they're the ones who have to take it away and then re-communicate it to their team. They have to communicate the reasons why, the why. Why are we doing this? And align their teams with the leadership vision. They then have to address the concerns and address it with empathy. At the same time, reinforce the business priorities. When they're doing that, they still have to keep productivity high. And without middle managers driving change, even the best goals, the best policies, they're going to fail, or they're going to fall short. Middle managers have to also help with the development of talent. The managerial role isn't about ordering people around or directing them. They also have to recognize the strengths within their teams and encourage them. They also have to recognize the weaknesses and the areas of improvement, and possibly coach their team and actually help their team on the path for growth. Very often you'll find that the managers who do well, they provide a sort of mentorship to their team members. They help to stretch them, They give them constructive feedback. Middle managers also have to think strategically. They must be able to connect daily operations with the actual bigger picture. Sometimes that's not always easy, especially if it's not communicated clearly. So they're not just executing tasks blindly. They also need to align their team with the goals of the company and the objectives. And I mentioned that a minute ago, but it's something that can't be understated. And so how do we do this? It's not just more training for middle managers or the teams, but it is about empowering middle managers and enabling them and to develop the skills, supporting them while they're doing so, and granting them a level of autonomy needed to learn. Part of that autonomy means understanding there will be failures. So giving them room to learn from mistakes. The best strategies without strong execution, and that's execution driven from the middle layer, will not work. Middle managers hold the key to making leadership vision reality. So my question, is your organization investing enough in middle managers? Let's discuss.